Yo guys, Jin's here, and since I talked about it yesterday, I actually want to show you. I want to show you two games of Lock Druid mirrors. They are kind of boring, not gonna lie. Sebe, my druid, kind of hates them, but we should be winning them. Let's be honest. On retail, I played with Sebe as well. I don't think we've lost a Lock Druid mirror or Shaman because he played Shaman. And during beta, I don't think we've lost a single Lock Druid. And while we were on the gear with the same gear as other Warlocks, we also didn't lose. But the moment we reach this rating, and I think this is like 2.2 or something like that, we started losing. And you're gonna see um, that sometimes gear is just that important, and I actually wanted to show you while analyzing the game. This is directly from for our Q session, and yeah, I just wanted to show you. I'm gonna put some music and I'm gonna comment on it. I'm gonna show you a loss, which is this one, and then a win, and you're gonna see how hard it is. Because sometimes I'm just gonna put some music. Because sometimes you can say whatever you want, but if you don't show, people are like, "Oh, sure, yeah, sure, okay." We start by just dotting. Now here, since I find the druid already tanks the warlock, the druid removes the tanks. I'm trying to dot up the pet. The amount of resists at the moment are insane. I was And now I like to coil the druid here really fast, but the coil padding was really bad, so we couldn't get a fear into a bash. He's already draining mana, and I don't mind this. I actually don't mind this because I just CS him, and now I should have the upper hand in terms of dotting up stuff. This druid is lining me really, really well. I was typing, I think it was something on the second monitor, so I actually started to type there. I get a full fear, it trinkets. And here I'm already doing a lot of pressure. I'm hollow terroring, I get the pet, the druid, and now I Shadow Bolt proc him. I CS him because he has no blooms almost. I get randomly CS'd, I devour it. I get kicked by the druid actually here. He gets a clone. I'm feared. And now I want to fear this warlock. I fear him, get full dots on him. I put Agony instead of Tongues because he's not going to be able to fear for the foreseeable future. The druid interrupted me there. I get 100 resists on the pet, so I CBA. Now I dot up the druid, and at this point just check. The other warlock is indeed mana draining, and I'm doing damage. At higher resilience, mana drain, it's actually not good, but since he's doing it, I'm actually gonna do it. He gets a coil. I think I spelllocked the fear. Yeah, it's a full spelllock, like you can see here. It's just dispelling. I'm trying to Howl of Terror. I actually get locked here. This was kind of the second game, I think, of the session, so I wasn't really playing well. I called the druid here, I aligned the pet, and we get a bash, I think. No, we get a fear. The fear is trinketed. I get feared, devour it. And now it's when we start to recover, finally. He's trying to kick me. He bashes me. I fear him, since he charged before. I Shadow Bolt procced him. And not much is happening. Align the fear. I'm gonna get feared regardless. I have will, that's why I went in his line. I tried to get the innervate, but I don't. And I think the warlock actually devours our innervate. He kicks this, so I fear him. I got a full fear. I'm gonna fear the... This was actually a bad fear because I already used spell lock. Nice. Fake him. This is when I started to play the game finally. Like I got warmed up and I actually started to play better. My pet doesn't come for the Devourer. I'm spamming it. Like you can see, it just doesn't come. Sometimes, by the way, I actually get feared on purpose because I don't have dots. So I can instantly just... This Druid is shifting a lot. I think I get a howl here or something. Nope. I spell locked him again. I'm trying to do as much pressure on the Druid as I can. Now I get a fear here into an immolate, but I get feared. I got a fear. And now I think, okay, the Druid is trying to... I haven't been dotting the pet, and yeah, this is why I hate getting resist. I get the banish. And we start to recover here. This is what always happens against Log Druid. We start... It feels like we always start from behind, and then we recover, but then we die. I drain mana here, and the Druid is completely Now, in Season 1, drain mana, it's probably the best play, by the way, because you don't have as much resilience. But after a while, you want to start to drain lifing, because it's... Uh, I'm gonna explain in between why. While you're draining mana, sure, you don't life tap as much, but the difference it's not very noticeable. And while you're draining mana, and the other warlock is draining life, for example, he's healing himself, right? While you're not. And is 3%, 0%. I fear this. And here I actually think we are gonna win. Like, I'm doing more damage. Both are very low. I get 2 Shadow Bolt procs. I'm draining life to recover like some HP. I'm trying to banish the pet, but it aligns me at the last second. I banish the pet. So we should be able to get a drink. I call the Druid. I fear the Druid full. Here I should be tanking the Warlock. Okay, I do it. And here I should be drain lifing because he has 2 blooms. And I should be swapping on the Warlock or the Warlock pet, which I think I do at some point. I realize, okay, the Druid has blooms, he's not gonna die. Yeah, I'm starting to drain life. There you go, and I'm full HP, so we are actually ahead at this point, kind of. The thing is, his Druid regens mana, mine doesn't, because of gear. And here, that's when I realize, okay, let's kill the pet. Because if we kill the pet, we can actually win. Here I start devouring myself more, because the Druid is not even putting hots. And now we lose, I think. Yeah. His Druid just regens more mana, and as you can see on the damage, like, yeah. And I would argue I drain mana as much as the other Warlock. I just did it after getting my damage out. And I'm checking what he has, because it's insane. He has 3% mana, so I should be able to kill one of these guys. Okay, next game. And now you're gonna see a game, the only Lock Druid that we actually won. And you're gonna see how hard it is even though we won. Okay, so Drain Life versus Drain Mana. What should you do? It depends. In Season 1, I think Drain Life, it's not as good as Drain Mana. But it's very... You can argue the other way around. I think it depends on the amount of life plumes the Druid has. If the Druid has 3 life plumes, you should be draining mana. Because he's gonna keep the 3 life plumes up and you can't really kill him with Drain Life. If he doesn't, you should be Drain Lifing because you want to recover as much as HP as you want and still get pressure. Now, if the Druid is just running like that and he has 3 life plumes and he zoom, what I should have done was swap on the pet faster. If I swap on the pet, then he needs to life bloom the pet, which means he can't life bloom himself or the Warlock. But I didn't. And now this is the one we win. And you're gonna check the amount of damage that is needed. I actually have healing done, but you can check by that because I think at some point I swap it. We got the opener. And since I see the Warlock pet is in Afghanistan, I coil him, I fear him. He's already draining mana, but here, for example, it's way better to just do damage. Way better. Now he needs to heal. I start to drain mana, 3 life blooms. And here I actually juke him, but I also resist the silence. And here it's when like I'm already a little bit warmed up, so we can actually start to play the game. Mana drain again, a full mana drain. Here, instead of mana drain, for example, I should have drain lifed. He resists my Devour. I get a lot of Devour resists. I spell out the Warlock full. I get full dots on the Warlock. Mana drain. And since the Warlock is not really CSing me, I'm just doing whatever I want. Check the healing at the moment. And it's still so close in terms of mana. He's 60% and my Druid is like 70%. This is gear. This is 100% gear. I resist the clone, but even if I didn't, it would have been an easy trinket. Here I see Siestan, so I'm gonna dot up the pet. Fring off. And now I'm gonna Shadow Bolt proc him. There you go. At the end, I'm gonna coil him. Fring again. My amulet gets aligned because of this fucking horrific terrain. And now I get feared. No. Mana drain, I think he kicks me. No, it doesn't. I get a banish. And we are far ahead, right? Here I should be draining mana, but I think here my thought was we are so far ahead, I'm just gonna drain life and get like full HP almost. So my Druid conserves some of his mana, and that's the type of things that you need to think while playing. Here I'm just killing the pet. And it's funny because Curse of Agony barely gets resisted. And here, I don't know, maybe it was immune or resisted because the pet gets Howl, but the Warlock doesn't. We have a bash here, so I'm trying to line. I actually get a fear because I lined the pet. I get CS'd into clone, so I don't really trinket it because there's no point. I'm already CS'd. I might as well just sit and chill. And check how hard we are actually kind of outplaying this team, and still the man is not very close. I devour thorns, obviously. Now this one I'm gonna trinket. Yeah. And I CS him. Mana drain. Check how much mana did he get from his innervate, by the way. His full mana. It's insane. So we are so behind. Actually so behind. I'm sitting on this Shadow Bolt proc because I want to do it on the Druid. There you go. Because he should be hotting the Warlock and the pet. We get a full fear and a bash, he bark skins. I should be trying to purge the bark skin actually. But I think I was saving for fear. Yeah. And I actually got the fear devoured. This is the type of stuff like if you see me, oh, he's not devouring the bark skin or trying to devour the bark skin, but I just ate a full fear. That's sometimes it's here he should have kicked me. It's an easy kick because now he's gonna sat a full fear. My druid is super chilling. I don't kick this because I think it was on global cooldown. It's something you need to also think. It's kick and all of this. It's on global. I lined the fear, but it wasn't on me. I tried to get my druid. I don't. I get siphon life instead. And look at the mana differential. Even though the healing he's doing more than he's doing like almost 50% more healing or 100% almost, right? I'm really bad at math. It, my fear breaks instantly, which is something that always happens. I CS him to force him to go out, and now instead of following, I'm going on the pet, but I get a lot of resists. There you go, another one. This is to force the druid out, right? Instead of following, I'm lining the fear, and I 45% mana, and I'm actually gonna see the damage after I stop my drain mana for this. I get a full fear because the pet is lining me. I put Curse of Agony now because he's not really trying to fear me. He's trying to fear my druid, and this is where I actually thought we would lose. He gets a full fear, doesn't break even though he just immolated the druid. Mine always breaks to immolate. He gets a coil into a bash, I'm pretty sure. I fully fear the warlock, he trinkets. He wants to save the CS for the druid, but he actually does it on me. I think he wanted to save the CS. They are cloning him. And now off this, we actually kill their druid. He trinkets, I stop the fear, Searing Pain, and we win. But you can see how close it was, right? And this is a 2.1. Like this team, yeah. And I want to see if I actually go check the damage. Let me see. Okay, so look at the damage differential. This is what I meant on my previous videos, that gear is really important. Imagine if I have full gear as well. I will do more than... I will double the Warlock damage against that Warlock team. My Druid will double the healing, yeah, his own healing, and we just win. Like if he has gear instead of a chest with agility, if he has good gear, that game might have been like long because it's a mirror. Lock Druid, it's always gonna be long. But I swear we would never drop 80% and we would never drop 40% mana because our pressure was so big and we did really good goals on the Druid. But yeah, I just wanted to analyze this game and show you one of the many problems that comes with the lack of gear. I have shown you two games where the first game I really didn't play that well, but I would say that I actually made for it by outplaying the other Warlock in the half to end game, but we lose. And this other, we just completely destroyed them, but it was still very, very, very close. and it comes down to his Warlock being able to fear and emulate and actually do damage and have a full fear, and mine breaking like really fucking fast, right? But it shouldn't come down to that. It shouldn't be RNG like that. It should be kind of easy at this rating. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed. The main strat here is just the Druid and then swap on the blooms. If you swap on the blooms, the Druid mana will actually matter. If you keep training him, you will be able to keep his 3 life blooms. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I will try to analyze some more games, and yeah, have fun, boys. See ya.